important. Listening helps you learn new words and understand how they are used in sentences. When you listen, you hear the correct pronunciation and how words are connected in speech. This allows you to speak more naturally. The more you listen, the better you will become at both understanding and speaking English. There are many different ways to practice listening. You don't always have to read a book to improve your English. Listening to stories, songs, and news programs can be just as helpful. When I first started, I listened to simple stories. Even though I didn't understand everything, I kept listening. Over time, the words became clearer, and I understood more. One important thing I realized was that listening improves speaking. When you listen closely, you learn the correct way to say words. You also pick up the rhythm and tone of the language. This helps you sound more natural when you speak. Listening and speaking are connected. If you want to be a good speaker, you must first be a good listener.
Chapter 1. The Train. It is a warm summer morning. I sit on a train. I have my small bag. I feel a little nervous. I am going to a new city. I am going to learn English. I am just a beginner, but I have a big dream. I want to speak English fluently. I look around the train. Across from me, two ladies are sitting. They are talking. I do not know them, but I listen to their voices. They are speaking in English. I can understand some small words, but not everything. Still, I try to catch more. This is English. This is real English. I feel something strong inside. I want to speak too. I want to try. I look at the ladies. I feel shy. What if I say something wrong? What if they don't understand me? What if I look stupid? But my heart says, this is your moment. You have to try. So I take a deep breath. I smile. I say, hello, do you speak English? The ladies stop talking. They look at me. They smile too. One of them says, yes, we do. I feel better. I try again. I say, I learn English. I am a beginner. They listen with patience. They speak slowly. We start a small conversation. I tell them where I come from. I tell them I want to go to London to study English. I speak very slowly. I do not know many words, but I try. I speak with my heart, and they understand me. I feel so happy. We talk for about 10 minutes. It is not a long time, but for me it feels special. It is my first real conversation in English. They tell me they are from England. They are going home after a conference. They are kind. They do not laugh at my English. They help me. They listen. When my stop comes, I say, thank you. Thank you for talking with me. One of the ladies gives me a paper. She writes her phone number. She says, if you ever come to England, call us. I cannot believe it. A real English person gave me her number. She trusts me. She believes I can learn. That moment changes everything. I get off the train. The door closes. The train moves again. I stand on the platform. My hands shake. I hold the paper. I feel like crying. Not because I am sad, but because I am full of hope. I just spoke English with real people. I was afraid, but I did it. I think maybe I can do more. Maybe I can really learn. That day, when I reach my home, I open my notebook. I start writing. I write everything I said, everything they said. I try to remember all the words. I look up the new words in the dictionary. I feel so excited. I decide I will practice every day. I will read English texts. I will translate songs. I will watch movies. I will work hard. I will make English part of my life. The days pass. I study at night. I practice simple sentences. I try to speak to myself. I make mistakes, many mistakes, but I never stop. Every time I feel tired, I remember the two ladies, their kind eyes, their warm voices, their hope. After 6 months, I noticed something. I can understand more. I can speak more. I can even watch a small movie in English and understand the story. I feel stronger. I feel ready. I decide something big. I will go to London. I will study English there. I want to speak with people every day. I want to live the language. I want to know more. I look for English schools in London. I find one that looks good. I send an email. They reply. They say I can join their course. I book my ticket. I pack my bag. I say goodbye to my family. My mother hugs me and says, "Be brave." My father smiles and says, "We are proud of you." My heart beats fast. I feel fear, but also fire. This is the beginning of something new, something beautiful. I am not perfect in English, but I have the will. I have the dream. And now I have a plan. I am going to London. My new journey starts now. Chapter 2. The Decision. It is early morning. I sit at my desk with a cup of tea. My notebook is open. There are many English words inside. Some are easy. Some are difficult. I try to say them aloud. My voice is quiet, but I speak slowly. Every day I do the same. I read short texts in English. I watch movies with subtitles. I listen to songs and try to understand the lyrics. I use a small dictionary to translate words. Sometimes I understand everything. Sometimes I understand nothing. But I continue. I don't stop. I know I am still a beginner, but I can feel something is changing. My English is getting better. I can see progress. I can feel the words living inside me. That makes me happy. But also, I want more. After 6 months of learning at home, I feel ready for something new. I feel a strong desire to learn faster, to speak more, to use real English every day. I think about the train. I think about the two kind ladies. I still have their number. I look at it often. They told me I could visit them. I wonder, should I go? Should I take this big step? My heart says yes. My mind is scared. I imagine myself in London, speaking English every day, going to school, working in a cafe, and meeting new people. It feels like a dream. But dreams can be real if we try. I make my decision. I will go to London. I want to learn English not only from books or screens. I want to learn from life. I start preparing. I search for English schools in London. I read many websites. I look at the pictures. I read the reviews. I don't understand every word, but I try. I find a school that looks simple and friendly. They have classes for beginners like me. I send them an email. It takes me 1 hour to write that email. I check every sentence many times. I ask, "Can I join your class?" The next day they reply. They say, "Yes, you are welcome." I smile. I feel nervous but happy. I tell my family. They are surprised. My mother asks, "Are you sure?" I say, "Yes, I want to go. I want to speak English."
My father nods. He knows this is my dream. I buy a plane ticket. I book a small room in a student hostel. I prepare my bag. I take only a few clothes, my notebook, and my small English dictionary. The night before my flight, I can't sleep. My heart is fast. I feel fear. What if I can't understand anyone? What if I get lost? What if I miss my family? But I tell myself, this is your time. You worked hard. Now go. Trust yourself. The next morning, I take a taxi to the airport. I sit near the window of the plane. As the plane goes up, I look down at my city. I say goodbye to my old life. I know something new is coming. When I arrive in London, everything feels different. The air, the voices, the signs. People speak fast. I try to listen, but it's hard. I hear many accents. I feel small, but I smile. I walk to the hostel. I check in. The lady at the desk says, "Welcome." I say, "Thank you." It's a small word, but it feels big. I am really here. In the evening, I go for a walk. The city lights shine. I see buses, shops, people. I hear English everywhere. It's beautiful. It's also scary. I say to myself, this is not a holiday. This is your new life. I wake up early the next morning. It is Monday. It is my first day at school. I wear my clean shirt. I take my notebook. I walk slowly to the school. My legs feel heavy. I don't know what to expect. When I enter the building, I see a group of students. They all look different. Some are from Europe, some from Asia, some from Africa. We all have one thing in common. We are here to learn English. That makes me feel better. A young woman comes to us. She is our teacher. She smiles and says, "Good morning. Please tell me your name and where you are from." One by one we speak. When it's my turn, I say, "My name is Ariel. I am from Spain." My voice shakes, but I do it. The teacher asks us, "How did you study English before?" I tell her I read songs, watched films, and translated texts. I say, "I want to speak better." She smiles. She says, "You don't have to study hard. You have to use the language. In this class, we will not use textbooks. We will speak, listen, and understand English by using it." I feel surprised. No textbooks, No grammar rules, only real English? I like it. We speak in pairs. We ask each other, "What do you do in your free time? What food do you like?" It is simple, but I enjoy it. I speak for censors minutes. I have never spoken English for so long in my life. I make mistakes, but nobody laughs. Everyone tries. After the class, I feel something new inside. I feel free. I am not just learning English. I am living it. I walk back to my hostel. I feel tired, but happy. I write in my notebook. I write, "Today was the first day. It was good. I spoke English. Yansh. I listened. I made mistakes, but I learned." I look out of the window. The sky is gray, but I feel light. I know this is just the beginning. I came to London with a small dream. But now, maybe the dream will grow. Chapter 10. The first lesson. It is my second day in London. I wake up early. My room is small and quiet. I hear the city sounds outside: cars, people, buses. I sit on the bed for a moment and take a deep breath. Today is my first full lesson. I feel a mix of things inside: excitement, nervousness, and a little fear. I don't know what the teacher will say. I don't know if I will understand everything. I can't. I don't know if I will speak enough. But I tell myself again, you are here now. This is your moment. You must try. I wear my jacket and leave the hostel. The air is cold but fresh. Eh? The school is not far. I walk slowly, looking at the shops and signs. Everything is in English. I read the signs out loud in my head. I try to speak with my eyes. When I reach the school, I see the other students again. Some are talking. Some are quiet like me. We all smile at each other. We are all learning. That makes me feel safe. Our teacher comes. Oh, she smiles and says, "Let's go to class." We follow her inside. The room is simple. There are chairs, a whiteboard, and a small clock. No big books. No long desks. Just us and the teacher. She stands in front of the room and says, "Welcome. This is your class. This is your journey." Then she asks everyone to say their name and their country. Some speak fast. Some speak slowly. Some are shy. Some are confident. But everyone tries. When it's my turn, I say, "My name is Ariel. I am from Spain." I say it slowly but clearly. My heart beats fast, but I feel proud. I am speaking English. After the introductions, the teacher smiles again. She says, "Today we start something different. We will not use textbooks. We will not memorize long lists. We will speak. We will listen. We will use the language the way it is used in real life. I feel surprised. No grammar books? No tests? Just communication? She explains more. She says, many students spend years studying English, but cannot speak. Why? Because they learn about English, not with English. We will change that. I look around. Everyone is listening. Everyone is interested. Then she asks, how did you study English before? One student says, I read grammar rules. Another says, I learned word lists. I say, I translate songs. I try to watch movies. The teacher nods. She says, these are not bad, but they are only the start. Now we go deeper. Now we live the language. The teacher continues speaking. She says, we use languages for one big thing, communication. When you were a baby, you spoke your language without reading books. Can't? You listened. You spoke. You made mistakes. And you learned. We will do the same here. I feel something open inside me. I think maybe learning English doesn't have to be hard. Maybe it can be natural. She gives us our first task. She says, talk to your partner about your hobbies. What do you like to do in your free time? I turn to the student next to me. He is from Turkey. He smiles. We start speaking. I say, I like music. I like football. I like learning English. He says, I like books. I like cooking. We speak slowly. Pent. We help each other with words. I feel nervous, but also happy. I am not studying English. I am using English. For the whole lesson, we speak. Sometimes we speak in pairs. Kank, sometimes with the teacher. Sometimes we listen. Sometimes we repeat. The class feels alive. It is not quiet. It is full of voices, full of learning. I make many mistakes. I forget words. I say things wrong, but nobody laughs. Nobody judges. The teacher smiles and corrects gently. I learn new words. I hear real English. I feel the words in my mouth, not just in my head. This is new for me. This is exciting. After 1 hour, I look at the clock. I cannot believe it. Time goes so fast. For the first time in my life, I have spoken English for a whole hour without stopping. I have never done this before. I feel proud. I feel strong. I feel like I can do this. After class, I walk back to the hostel. I look at people. I listen to their voices. I hear English everywhere. This time, it feels different. It does not scare me. It makes me want to join. I go to my room. I write in my notebook again. I write, today was my first full lesson. I spoke a lot. I made mistakes, but I also made progress. I like this method. It is real. It is human. It helps. Then I sit back and smile. I look at the small paper the ladies gave me on the train. I think because of them I am here. And I whisper, "Thank you." Chapter 4. How to learn words. The next morning, I wake up before my alarm. I feel something new in me, a kind of quiet happiness. Yesterday I spoke English for a whole hour. I made mistakes, yes, but I also made real progress. I want to do more. I want to speak better. I want to understand more. Today is Tuesday. I get ready and walk to school again. The air in London feels fresh. Hang. I see people walking, talking, laughing. I hear English on every street. I try to listen. I try to understand, but some words are new to me. I try to guess their meaning. It is not easy, but it is interesting. I think, how can I learn more words? I want to speak better, but I need more words. When I reach the school, I sit at my desk. I take out my notebook. I write, how to learn more words. In class, the teacher smiles and says, "Does anyone have a question today?" A student from Brazil raises her hand. She says, "I want to know, what is the best way to learn new words?" I look at her. I feel the same question in my heart. I want to know the answer too. Our teacher nods. She says, "That is a great question. Many students want to learn more words, and there is a simple answer." She walks to the board and writes one word in big letters. Reading. She turns to us and says, "The best way to learn new words is to read. Read every day. Read things you like. Read things you understand. Read stories. Read simple books. Read again and again." She continues, "When you read, you see the same words many times. Your brain remembers them better. You learn not only the word, but how to use the word." Ging. You see the word in a sentence. You see how the word connects with other words. This is better than just learning words from a list. Third, a list is cold. A story is warm. Nank. When you read a story, the words come alive. I listen to her words like music. I think about the songs I translated. I think about how I remembered some English lines easily because I loved the music. I understand now. When we enjoy what we read or hear, we remember more. The teacher gives more advice. She says, "Choose texts that are right for your level. If you don't understand many words, it is too hard. If you understand almost everything, it is too easy. You should understand about bifunction of the words. That is the best." Then she says something very important. When you see a new word, look it up in the dictionary. But don't stop reading. You don't need to write the word down. You don't need to memorize it. Just understand it and continue reading. The word will come back. It will return. You will see it again. And one day, you will know it. I feel surprised. I always thought I had to remember every new word the first time. I thought I had to write them down and study them again and again. But now my teacher says I don't have to do that. I can relax. I can just read. I like this idea. It feels natural. It feels simple. I write in my notebook, read Senzer's minutes every day. Don't worry. Just enjoy. After the class, I talk to another student. He is from Japan. He says he likes reading simple English stories. He tells me about a small book called The Secret Garden. He says it is easy and beautiful. I go to a small bookshop after school. I ask the lady, "Do you have The Secret Garden in easy English?" She smiles and says, "Yes, right here. I buy the book." That evening, I read the first chapter. It is slow. I don't understand every word, but I like the story. I understand most of it. I look up a few words in the dictionary. I don't write them down. I just read. Later that night, I go for a walk. I think about today's lesson. I think about the book. I think about how many words I saw in just one chapter. I whisper the new words as I walk. I try to remember them. Some stay, some don't, but I am not afraid. I know now that I will see them again. I remember what the teacher said. Words. Return. That makes me feel calm. The next morning at school, I feel stronger. I feel ready. The teacher talks about working in London. She says many students get part-time jobs. I feel excited. I want to work. I want to meet people. I want to use English in real life. I ask other students, "Do you know where I can find a job?" One girl tells me go to the job center. They help students. After school, I walk to the job center. I talk to a lady at the desk. I say, "I am looking for a job. I am a student." She smiles and says, "Do you want to clean or work in a cafe?" Do you want to clean or work in a cafe? Do you want to clean or work in a cafe? I say, I never worked before, but I want to learn. She looks at me kindly. She says, "Your English is good. You can try the cafe. You will start Thursday." I walk out of the job center with a paper in my hand. T. My first job in English. My heart is full. I say to myself, I can do this. I look at the sky. I smile. I whisper, "Thank you." Chapter 5. Starting work. No, Thursday comes quickly. I wake up early. My hands are a little cold. My heart beats fast. Today is my first day at work. It is not a school. It is not a book. It is real. I look at myself in the mirror. I wear a clean shirt. I try to smile. I say, "Good morning. How can I help you?" I practice the sentence again and again. I know I will need it at the cafe. I take my notebook and my small dictionary and put them in my bag. I walk to the cafe. I look at the people in the street. I look at the shops. I feel like everyone is better than me. Everyone speaks fast. Everyone walks fast. But I keep going. I tell myself, you are learning. You are trying. That is enough. When I arrive at the cafe, I see a young woman standing behind the counter. She smiles and says, "Hi, are you Ariel?" I say, "Yes." She says, "Great. I'm Emma. I'll train you today." Her voice is kind. She speaks slowly. I feel a little better. And she shows me everything: the coffee machine, the cups, the sandwiches, the cakes. She explains how to clean the tables, how to talk to customers, how to use the cash register. I try to listen to every word, but some words are new. I feel lost sometimes. I nod and say, "Okay." I try. Emma watches me make a coffee. I press the wrong button. The milk spills. I say, "Sorry." She laughs and says, "It's okay. You're learning." I smile. I clean it up and try again. This time it works. She says, "See? You got it." A customer comes in. Emma says, "Go ahead. Say hello." I walk to the counter. I say, "Good morning. What do you like?" The man smiles and says, "One black coffee, please." I repeat, "One black coffee." I make the coffee and give it to him. He says, "Thank you." I say, "You are welcome." It is a small conversation, only a few words, but it feels big. I spoke to a real customer in English. I helped someone. I feel strong. After a few hours, I feel tired. My feet hurt. My head is full of new words, but I don't stop. I keep going. Emma helps me. She corrects me when I say something wrong. She shows me the right way. I learn by doing. I make mistakes, but every mistake is a lesson. I learn. I learn fast. I listen. I repeat. I say words out loud. I speak with my hands and my heart. At the end of the shift, Emma says, "Good job today. You're doing well." I say, "Thank you so much." I walk home slowly. My body is tired, but my heart is happy. I did something I never did before. I worked in English. That night, I sit in my room. I write in my notebook again. I write, "Today I worked in a cafe. I made coffee. I spoke to customers. I made mistakes. But I learned. I am not afraid. I look out the window. The lights in London shine. Feel like I am part of something now. I am not just a student. I am a worker. I am a learner. I am a speaker. The next morning, I go to school again. My teacher says, "How was your first job?" I smile and say, "It was good. I speak English at work." She says, "That's the best classroom. Real life." In class, another student raises a hand. She says, "When I speak English, I feel nervous. I don't know if I say things right." I understand her feeling. I feel the same sometimes. But now I also feel something new. Courage. My teacher says, "You don't need to speak perfectly. You need to speak. Practice makes you better." I agree. I saw that at the cafe. I made mistakes, but I kept speaking, and I got better. I want to tell the student, don't be afraid. Just speak. Even small words can open big doors. Heck, after school, I go to the cafe again. It's my second shift. This time I know more. I know how to make. I know how to smile. I know how to say anything else and enjoy your drink. I speak slowly, but with more confidence. One customer asks, "Where are you from?" I say, "I'm from Spain. I learn English here." He says, "Your English is good." I say, "Thank you very much." My smile is real. I feel proud. When the day ends, I think, this job is not just for money. It is for my English. Every customer is my practice. Every sentence is my lesson. I write again in my notebook. Learning English is not only in school. It is everywhere. It is in every hello, every thank you, every smile. I close my notebook and go to bed. I dream of coffee cups, kind people, and simple English words. I feel lucky. I feel alive. Chapter 6. Pronunciation Problems. It is Wednesday morning. I walk to school with a happy heart. I feel good about my work at the cafe. I feel good about speaking English with real people. But there is still something inside me that makes me feel small. I know some words. I understand more and more. I can even talk, but still, when I speak, I hear something strange in my voice. My English doesn't sound like the English I hear on the radio or in movies. My words are not clear. Sometimes people ask me to repeat. Sometimes I hear my own voice, and I feel embarrassed. I think maybe my pronunciation is bad. I want to speak better. I want people to understand me easily. I want to feel confident when I speak. But I don't know how to fix this. I hope the teacher will talk about it today when I reach class. I sit near the same students as before. Woody the students saw before. We smile and say good morning to each other. Then the teacher walks in. She looks happy. She says, "Does anyone have a question today?" A boy from South Korea slowly raises his hand. He always sits quietly and doesn't speak much, but today he speaks. His voice is soft. He says, "I have a problem with pronunciation. I want to speak better, but I feel shy. I know many words. I understand English, but I don't want to speak because my pronunciation is not good. I feel bad about it." Everyone listens. We all feel what he feels. I understand him. His words are my words too. I want to know the answer. Our teacher looks at him kindly. She says, "Thank you for your honesty." Many students feel the same. Pronunciation is a big problem for many people. But there is good news. There is a simple way to get better. She walks to the board. She writes one word in big letters. Shadowing. She turns to us and says, "This is one of the best techniques to improve pronunciation. It is easy. It is free. And it works." We all look at her. She has our full attention. She continues, "Shadowing means you copy what you hear. You hear a sentence in English, and you say it again immediately. Like a shadow. You do this again and